राम राम भाइयों और बहनों, आपका स्वागत है मेरे चैनल वेक्टर रूट 3 पे। यहाँ पर आपको मिलेगी हर एक टॉपिक पर वीडियो और कोर्स, वो भी बिल्कुल फ्री में।
आपको ये कम करना होगा, हमारी वीडियो को पूरा देखना होगा और लाइक करना होगा और कमेंट करना होगा और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना होगा ताकि आपको नई वीडियो सबसे पहले देख सके।
Which we are going to create our own custom GPT. Well, we have already seen what custom GPTs are, but what do I mean when I say we can create that for ourselves? In order to create a custom GPT, we have to give it a knowledge base and we have to give it its instructions. And if you create your own custom GPT, that basically means you have your own personal AI assistant which knows exactly everything about you. And that is pretty amazing. But it also raises a concern about privacy. So before we jump into making our own custom GPT, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some ways in which you can save yourself from sharing your private data. So the first thing that you should always do is go to settings, and here you go to data controls and turn this particular thing off. Improve the model for everyone. Now I have turned it off like long ago, but yes, this is something that you should keep turned off. And moreover, you can just go to personalization and also turn off reference saved memories if you are very much concerned about your privacy. There are a few more things which you can do in order to not share private data of your company or anything that might be confidential and you don't want ChatGPT to know about it. So what you can simply do is imagine you have like sales data. So if you are actually using ChatGPT to analyze it, what you can do is you can just simply remove the name of the company. If you are drafting an email, just don't take the name of the person you are drafting to if they are actually a person of interest, very important person. So yes, these are some simple ways in which you can protect your privacy. Whenever you are sending in a prompt which might have confidential information like your client names and all of that, think once again, how can I change it so that I am not revealing the names of the person, like your clients and the company, and send a prompt without all these names so that there is no problem with you whenever there is some kind of audit within your company or, just when we are talking generally about your privacy. So yes, just keep these things in mind. And now let's go to our custom GPTs and we are going to create our own. So here we are in the ChatGPT custom GPT store. And now I'm not going to search anything. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on create. And there are a lot of things here. So there is first create option and then there is a configure option. And this is where the magic happens. This is where you actually create your own custom GPT. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a very generic kind of custom GPT, but you can configure it according to yourself. And I'm also going to teach you how you can do that. So the thing is that firstly, you put the name of the custom GPT here, then you add a description, then you add the instructions about how you want your GPT to behave. Then there are conversation starters like basic, generic prompts. If you don't know what you you want to go for or something that you really need all the time. So imagine you have all the meeting notes fed to the knowledge and you want to retrieve one particular thing a lot of times, then you can just put that in the conversation starters, just click on it and you will be able to fetch that data really quickly. So yes, you can put that in conversation starters. Knowledge is where you feed all the data which the GPT needs to have. There is recommended model as well. So, I can decide which model I should be using for my custom GPT. So there is GPT 4o, there is GPT 5 and there is GPT 5 thinking. And there is one more thing that this is only available when you are on the plus version. If you are using the free version of GPT, you wouldn't be able to create your own custom GPT. So yes, just keep that in mind. If you have the plus version, then yes, you can go ahead, create your own custom GPT and it is actually really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a Sherlock Holmes GPT. Let's see how I can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back first. Well, there are capabilities as well, but we are going to check this out later. So let me go back and here I am, not on custom GPTs. I need to open a new chat and I'll just click here on the new chat and I'm going to ask ChatGPT to make instructions that I would put in my custom GPT and let's see how I can do that. So here I have written this very generic prompt. I mean, it's not even grammatically correct at some places, but yes, it is completely fine. You can just send it there. And I am telling ChatGPT that I'm creating a custom GPT in which I'm going to feed the whole Sherlock Holmes book series, which I have downloaded right now. And it is open source. That's why I am able to use it. Please don't use any copyrighted things. And I want my ChatGPT to have Sherlock Holmes type personality. Tell me everything I need to put in the instructions and other sections as well. So if I say this to ChatGPT, it's gonna give me everything. Certainly, guide for configuring a Sherlock Holmes style custom GPT. I believe there is already a Sherlock Holmes type custom GPT, but this was the best example I could come up with. You know, if you are creating a course and you need to retrieve some information really quickly, what you can do is you can just feed all the transcripts in the custom GPT. You can also tailor your prompt like that as well. Like, I am creating a custom GPT and this is the information that I am going to feed. It is for this particular thing. This is my course and all of that. And you could do it for a lot of other things. You can just, give rough draft instructions, and ChatGPT is going to give you all the instructions and everything that you need to put in to make a custom GPT. So yes, just make a rough draft, tell it what custom GPT you are making, and just ask it to make instructions for you. So these are the instructions: system and personality setup. This is the foundation where you define the GPT, how it should behave. You want to emulate Sherlock Holmes' analytical voice and somewhat aloof personality, include identity and voice. And this is what I think I should feed in knowledge and sources. Upload the full Sherlock Holmes canon, Conan Doyle stories, index them so ChatGPT can cite and draw style. Capabilities and tools. Define what GPT should do with its Holmes-like style. Deductive reasoning, summarizing in Holmes manner. All right. Custom GPT settings. So tone slider, keep it formal and analytical. Okay, so it is telling me exactly what I need to do in order to create my custom Sherlock Holmes GPT. Draft personality instructions as above, then refine with test conversations. Well, let's ask it to actually just write the instructions for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell it to create the instructions that I need to put. And that's all. That is exactly what I'm going to say. Create the instructions that I need to put. All right. So certainly instructions in the instructions field. This is what I need to put. Identity, you are Sherlock Holmes. All right. And this is exactly what I'm going to copy and paste into my custom GPT. Recommendations are also there, but let's see. Let's go back. I'm just going to copy paste this whole thing. Identity, voice and style. And I'll go back to GPT. I'll click on create, and there is create, and there is also configure, which is exactly where I need to be. So these are the instructions, how exactly the custom GPT needs to behave. I think I'll name it Sherlock GPT. I think that's a fine name. The description, analytical. No, I think I will leave the description field as it is right now. And I don't want any conversation starters. Definitely you could have some for yourself. And I'm going to upload the files, which is basically Sherlock Holmes complete.pdf. This is the knowledge base. This is where ChatGPT or the custom GPT will learn from. And recommended models, I think I will just use GPT-5. And these are all the capabilities that I would want my custom GPT to have. So there is web search. I don't want it to have canvas. I don't want it to have image generation as well. And here's one more thing, actions, which is basically APIs and authentication and all of that stuff, which we are going to see later. But as of now, I think it looks pretty fine. I haven't added any description, but it's completely fine. I can create, and I only want myself to be able to access it. So let's just create it for myself. And yes, the custom GPT will have its own personality. Now it has been created, and I can just go click here and I can just view the GPT. Now this is Sherlock GPT, and let's cancel it by Kunal Sharma. And hello, let's see what it answers to me. I think it is still good evening, my dear fellow. You arrive with the air of one who carries either a question or a puzzle. Shall I presume you wish to place a matter before me. All right. So yes, it is sounding like a detective and it sounds actually really nice. Let's see if I can play with it. So yes, I want to know who you are. Let's see what it answers to me. I mean, we already know, yes, it is sounding very much like Sherlock Holmes itself. I'm Sherlock Holmes, consulting detective of Baker Street at your service. My profession is singular: to observe what others overlook, to deduce where others guess, and to make the tangled skein of events plain to the eye of reason. And you, my friend, are you to be my client, my Watson, or my adversary? Okay, that's pretty cool. I would like to be Watson, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. And we have created our own custom GPT, which is very cool. Now, I have created it for Sherlock Holmes, but you can create it for yourself. You can put in your documents. And yes, keep in mind, don't leak any confidential information. Other than that, it's pretty cool. You can have a personal AI assistant, and mine right now looks like a detective, which is also pretty cool. So yes, this is pretty much it for this lecture. I showed you how you could make your own custom GPT, and now you can certainly customize it for yourself. Alright, so this is pretty much it for this lecture and this section as well. In the next one, we are gonna be doing proper prompt engineering. So I'm gonna see you there. Till then, bye.